Now we come into the operative part of the presentation. So, what is the way out? Mr. Greco says there are three solutions. He has been working for many years on this line. He has been interacting with people who matter. Complementary currencies. In fact, I must admit, when I went there, I thought I'll be learning only about number one. But really I learned more about two. So, complementary currencies, mutual credit exchanges and barter exchanges. This seems to be the broad umbrella in which things are moving across the world. Complementary currencies, this type of alternate also can be of three basic types. Currencies sold for cash, that is, they are linked to a bank, nearby bank. One is the Berkshire Shares and Briston Pounds. I know about Berkshire Shares, I will share with you, some of you might be knowing about it. There was a restaurant in Massachusetts or somewhere near New England. It was popularized by all the young people. College, there was a university nearby. And suddenly, the restaurant owner said, my landowner has given me notice to vacate. And he has asked for a higher rent and I just can't pay it. Or maybe he wants to sell it to somebody. So all the patrons of the restaurant came together. So, no, we like your place and this coffee shop has been around our university for many years. We won't allow it because the earlier batches, all of us recollect the long lectures we have, discussions we have, sitting here, the adda, dhaba, whatever. We won't allow. Somehow an idea came that we will mobilize money for your shop, so that we give the money to your landlord, but you give us credits so that we can continue to eat at your restaurant. So what happened? They mobilized the money, and in turn he gave credits. So this is how that shop revived, and from there this Berkshire Shares are there. It is linked to the local. Later on it expanded, and it is linked to the local bank. So $100 you give, they give $95 of this Berkshire Shares, 95 Berkshire Shares, which is equated with $1. It is freely traded. In certain shops we say, just like say we accept Visa credit card. Now we have to write only we don't accept Visa credit card. I mean, in those days it was like that. Things have changed.
In the Sodexo process.
Huh?
Is it the Sodexo process?
Something like that. It's all actually like that. So they said we in that shop, about 150 shops in that small town, they say we accept this Berkshire Shares. Suppose you want to dispense with that. You again go to the bank, surrender it. You give 100, they give you 95. Maybe that 5 is also their transaction charges or whatever. So it is hooked to the system. This is one way, and this is also Briston Pounds.
I'm not understanding the advantage. So, what's the advantage of this?
See, I will tell you. The moment you buy, perforce the local economy rules. Because you have to buy from some other shop.
Okay, so
it is basically to revive the local economy.
Same thing,
The money circulates within the area, it doesn't go out.
Right. Okay.
But it's not just between the restaurant and the
No,
customers.
the restaurant was an example. It triggered a movement there.
Okay.
I didn't explain that.
Yeah.
The restaurant story triggered a movement of all the shops there.
Doing that.
Well,
So
doing
they
this-
all did it the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But they don't necessarily have to be registered with the bank. It's only because it involved multiple things. Because I did that with I owned a restaurant. I
Okay.
had a customer. They liked my food. I liked their photography. I said, I can't really afford your fees, but I'll give you back. And I did something with them. I did a trade basically.
Yes.
Like a barter, but that's more like
Yes.
a barter.
Barter.
But you don't need to have the bank involved. But because it was
Exactly. It was for the local economy, A. And number two, there was an institution. I think it is the local Shoemaker Society. which did this work. And somebody will ask, who is printing this local Berkshire shares? Who is issuing it?
They're like the guarantors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and they keep an accounts, because tomorrow the taxman will say, what is this? What is this? Who is doing this? So these people say, yes, we are a registered non-profit. We are doing this. This is our accounts. This is what we do. Please have a look.
But so they are actually doing this in service of what the community has already decided to do. So it's
Yes,
not,
yes.
they are just serving something that
Yes,
is,
yes.
it's not like they are the ones that decide
No,
what should
it's
be
not.
done.
You see, it's something like this. Few want to do, but then it takes an institutional form.
Yeah, but
And the
bookkeepers.
availability of an
Bookkeeper,
institution
yeah.
itself triggers more people to
Yeah.
this. The second one, I am not very conversant with Ithaca Hours, I think, but currency distributed with no formal obligation to reciprocate. This is what he told us.
Siddharth was telling us something like
There is a lot of literature on this. I think Rajini knows about it, but I
There is a lot of literature on this.
So
we can
so
go
I
back
cannot
and-
elaborate. The third one, which is the soul of this presentation, is this what he calls currency spent into circulation. I gave the example of the cigarettes, which was pushed into the local economy as credit obligation. This is a Swiss bank. I will elaborate later. The lead system, Sardina again I will examine this one. Commercial trade Kenya model I will be telling you. So this is what is the more desirable model according to Mr. Thomas Rick. He doesn't disown these two, but says this is better. Next. Now, community currencies, as I told you, asked me why we do this. This is because to promote buy local. It also is used for provide a source of funds for charity, any social initiative. It is linked to banks, so there is more credibility. You get the Ashirwad of the banks. And no interest or low interest financing. It could be very good for local governments, municipalities and all. They could do. In India, we don't think, but I think in the Western countries where there is a very vibrant local city governments, it will help. Local liquidity. But the weak point is, it does not introduce new money. It is hooked to the local, the general money. So it's the great weakness.
The local governments, the governments
See-
lose on taxation.
Well, if the local government also offers part of it, suppose they say,
taxes in these.
I'll elaborate later, but I can just give a hint. Suppose a local government has about 3,000 municipal employees. They say, we will pay you 80% of your salary in the main dominant currency and 20% in the local. What will happen? The 20 will in turn, because in the Western countries, the local economy is also, they think one of their tasks is to promote the local economy. Here we think municipality means only the civic services. There they think we are economic engines of growth for that area. This thinking has not come in India. So it is very difficult for us to imagine that a local body has to think that way. But there they think that way, this arrangement is like that.
Actually, city governments issue bonds and all
Yes, yes,
also
yes,
very
yes.
frequently there.
They define themselves in a very different way also. Next. Now the second one, this needs I think little more study. It's a very vibrant business from what I understand in US, in Australia and in Canada and all. There are local middle business firms, private entrepreneurs, units, one-man businesses who do this, who work as coordinators, middlemen, agents. What they do is basically exchange of services and goods. I'll give you 2-3 examples which will explain what type of business is this. It's very good when you have to dispose of your goods or services very quickly.
Perishable.
Perishable. For example, airline ticket. If the plane goes vacant, that's all. If it's 100% capacity, it works well. 70% capacity, then in their hotel rooms. So what they do is the plane companies, for 30%, some of their purchases, they pre-sell plane tickets. Hotels pre-sell their rooms. So some of their purchases, they don't pay in cash, but offset it by this method. I am told there is a elaborate arrangement for this. And I think somehow in India it has not come. This needs to be started. It is there but not very visible.
Someone like
So to continue this barter, which is called commercial trade exchanges, it is more effective in the soft goods sector. And if you go to Google, there are many websites, and there is an international reciprocal trade association also.
what are soft goods?
Go back previous slide.
Okay. What are the soft goods?
Next.
Maybe
Now the
website.
third one, the mutual credit exchanges. This is the my takeaway from that visit. What they do is, there are 2-3 case studies. So small and medium businesses come together and they give credits up to limits set by themselves. So it need not be equal. Then there is a problem.
This would be
It is
similar-
basically a bookkeeping arrangement. I will be expanding on this. We will spend a little time on this because they give credits up to limits set by themselves. That means 10-15 people come. So they say we will have a mutual credit exchange. They create an institutional mechanism. There is an arrangement for bookkeeping. And they say your credit limit is 50, your credit limit is 20. So there is an element of trust among the first people, obviously, it goes without saying. And then they start using this credit up to a limit. The difference is, in normal situation, the bank gives the cash credit for interest. Here you create your credit. You don't depend on the banks. This is the real tectonic shift which is being proposed.
This is the chit fund model.
Yes.
Chit fund is still
Chit fund, I think you pay for it.
You pay.
Yeah.
This is a
You contribute.
BC, I was thinking
BC also,
cheating
I mean,
model.
I don't think BC is a different model again, because it's like you get to get a money, use money for less. I mean, the worst thing is in BC you will get 12 months after 12 months. So here in BC it's a model is you get to it early, but here it's actually accounting system that you are given a credit, will do exchanges and just maintain that who has taken money, spent, and who has
Virtual, emotional.